Welcome, boys and girls from YouTube. My name is Sloth, this is the Sloth Forge, and thanks a lot for stopping by. In today's video, I want just to talk about some very exciting news with you, just really quick, because we get some very exciting news, and I want to share them, yes. So I'm not allowed to show you the exact wording, so instead I will just give you the idea of the upcoming changes that will happen in Dragonheir. So let's get into this. There are three overall big points. The first one is focused on general, richer, and deeper gameplay content. And there are some very cool additions. There is first a new server-wide confrontation mode in planning. So something like a large scale a clash, like a very large clash, some faction coordination, territory control, and strategic decision making. I'm not entirely sure what this is going to be, but this definitely could be very cool. And also very cool about this is, let me check real quick where this was written. Low burden strategy focused gameplay modes, where several new modes will require little to no team building or long-term growth, allowing players to jump in and play instantly. Now this sounds very cool. It's probably a little bit like it is with, where is it, the Blade Colosseum? I imagine something like this, where we just get pre-built characters and we have to use what we get. In general, I really like those draft modes and those, this kind of content, like especially the Blade Colosseum, I really enjoy. Then expanded exploration system, so new otherworld explorations and sandbox regions will be opened up. Increasing depth beyond simple stat scaling. So this is also very cool. I think just more mechanics, harder to beat mechanics, where we just have to think about more about team building, probably. So this is very interesting. And then now the second part for the news, and this is going to be something very huge. The season system overhaul. So the season system is actually going to change a little bit. After essential onboarding, all players will share the same progression timeline. So yeah, especially now if you, for example, if you join a couple of weeks later into a season, there is no longer this mid-season gap. Also, do seasons shift from repetitive resets to content themes, focusing on new maps, new gameplay, and new narrative events rather than restarting familiar loops. Very interesting. It sounds very interesting. Then we have also, this is something, we're not entirely sure how this is going to look. I just wanted to share this information with you. The optimized banner and resource pacing. So targeted heroes will become easier to obtain and growth parts more streamlined. Now I'm not entirely sure what they mean by targeted heroes will become easier to obtain because, well, I mean, some target heroes are already way easier to obtain than others, but maybe we can now target some particular heroes that we don't have yet or something. Could be very cool. And then we have the cross-server transfer system. Now it gets extremely interesting, allowing players to finally join their friends, creators guys, or community groups in the same server. So from now on, or not from now on, but from the future on, there will be a point where you can actually finally join your friends. You can change your servers. This is so cool. Now, no, we're not entirely sure how this is going to look like. Now, if I have a friend from another season, how exactly is this going to look like? We will see. But this is, in general, some very, very cool additions, some very cool upgrades. And then we have a third part, the long-term balance and fairness improvements. Now, whenever I read balance or fairness improvements, this is something I really like, because now I'm staying here at Vortex, and right now, Vortex shows this quite well. Once again, I did not make it into top 50. But yeah, Vortex shows this quite well. Now, most of those teams, like pretty much all of those teams, except this team, which 6.5 billion damage, which is absolutely bonkers. Most of those teams here are actually Baldal teams. Apart from that, only some very strong root teams can compete, but then they are a little bit better. And apart from that, we don't really have any strong Vortex teams right now. Well, which shows that we just need a little bit more of balance, while it seems that the devs are doing, actually, in my opinion, a very good job here, because it seems to get more balanced over time, and balancing always takes a little bit of time as well, because you don't want to rush any decisions. And it seems the longer the season goes, or the more of those seasons we are in, the more even it gets, the more strong teams, especially for Vortex, but for other areas as well, are going to exist. And this is just very, very cool. Just, yeah, giving us more opportunities, more possibilities to build the different teams. So through attribute adjustments and gameplay environment, enabling more mechanics, team styles, and more. So yeah, this is the very first thing that they write down here. Then we have reduced gear pressure. This is also super interesting, and the point that so many players have been asking for. Reduced gear pressure, expanded acquisition sources, and lower RNG, making finishing a build more predictable and accessible. Now, yeah, finishing a build, super cool, especially sometimes you're just missing this one crucial part of gloves or of a chest piece, whatever. This sounds very cool, reducing the RNG. I'm not entirely sure, once again, how this is going to look like, but it sounds like a very cool addition. And yeah, improving the gear system, reducing the RNG when it comes to farming gear is a very, very good decision. And then we have one final point, enhanced fairness in competitive modes. So for certain PvP areas, and probably other areas as well. So for example, the Blade Colosseum, I'm not entirely sure, but most likely Blade Colosseum as well. And then of course, Round-Wide Arena, Team Arena, and so on. They will adapt low growth or no growth rules, ensuring strategy, not stats, to determine victory. This sounds also super interesting. Also, of course, you don't want to make it too fair, kind of, because then it is, once again, just a little bit of RNG. If every hero has the exact same stats, if every hero, if both of Electribes have the exact same skill haste, now who's going to hit the other Electribes or the other team first, or what exactly is going to happen? Now, if the stats are evened out too harsh, then this could be kind of a downside for some PvP enjoyers. But please take that with a grain of salt. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to look like them from your future. And in general, this also sounds very cool. Just making it a little bit less pay to win, and instead just a bit more fair. So yeah, balance and fairness improvements. This sounds so good as well. So in general, those new updates, those news are extremely exciting in my opinion, and it seems like they have a lot of very, very good plans. And it honestly also seems that they really listen to our feedback, to all feedback, not only like to creators' feedback or the mods' feedback, but it really seems that they also really listen to the community feedback. And this is something very, very beautiful. This is many games out there don't listen to their community. They don't listen to the creators. They just listen to the numbers, They just want to make as much money as possible. Well, here it really seems that some people here are really focused on creating a very beautiful game with a very beautiful atmosphere to create a game that makes fun. And this sounds very cool. I was very excited when I read this news today. So this is why I just now today made this news video, which until now I didn't make a lot of those news videos or patch note videos. But yeah, sometimes I personally really enjoy to watch other content creators going over the patch notes or news. Then I don't have to read them on my own. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you also enjoy this kind of news or patch note update videos. Then I will keep on doing those videos as well. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you very much for stopping by, and let me know in the comments below what do you think about all those new additions. Now, as I said, everything that I said, this was not exactly how it was written down here. It's just, because we're not allowed to show you the exact wording, I just gave you the idea of all those points, and I really hope that you understood everything that I tried to say. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you very much for stopping by, and see you in the next one.